Can you rest at a Disney theme park? Is that even possible? Where do you go?
All that and more on this week's episode of My Disney Addiction Podcast.
Hey everybody, it is Chris with My Disney Addiction Podcast, your number one ghost host, as they say.
And let's not forget about your Disney detective, Greg. All here, large and in charge.
Whoa, large and in charge, holy cow.
Large and in charge, yes, that's right. We came to play. This episode is going to be a lot of fun because I know that you guys have some thoughts on it. So we're talking about if you're even able to rest in the Disney parks. If so, where would you go to just chill and sort of, recharge those batteries before you hop on some more rides, grab some more Mickey bars, eat some more Dole Whips. See, I'm just getting so excited about this.
I don't know, man. Like, anybody who goes to Disney or anything like that, they wonder, or like if you're planning on going, it just sounds daunting. It sounds like a task, right? Like, I've talked to people that when they say like, oh man, like we're going to Disney, and they haven't even gone and they already sound exhausted.
They're like,
and it's like, how do we do this? Like, I don't even know. And so like people have asked me, in the past, like, what do you guys do to rest? Like, is there rest time? Is that even a thing? Should I just give up all hope of getting any rest for the next 7 days?
Yeah, it's really funny because whenever I go down to Disney, I have the best sleeps of my life.
Weird.
Yes, and I'm not a nap guy. Okay, I don't take naps at all. When I'm down there though, I'm totally down for naps, like in the middle of the day, just to recharge my batteries. And I still zonk out at night. Like, I get the deepest sleep. It is great. Just because like primarily we just do so many things. Like when you're awake, you have to do everything that you can. Get your money's worth, Yeah,
so I think with this discussion, it's important because a lot of people go down to Disney, they want to think about what can I do to rest or find some time to just calm down, relax, hydrate, whatever the case may be, just so that way they don't go insane with exhaustion. And it's very easy to go insane with exhaustion.
Yeah, I mean, you're so busy, you might not even think you are tired until all of a sudden it hits you like a hammer, and then you're out, okay?
And not like MC Hammer.
No, because you can't touch that.
No, you can't touch that.
No.
Right.
Yeah, okay. But also, I think it's really cool because when people are, tired and they want to rest, I'm sure a lot of Disney goers have their little secret happy spot in all the parks where they can just sit down, relax, and sort of make their own world around that as they get ready, to continue through the day. Yeah, I think it's pretty special.
Well, it's not even where to go. Sometimes it's things they do that is relaxing to them.
True, yeah. So you can think of it that way as well. Not just like sitting down, closing your eyes for a little bit, letting the park pass you.
Yeah. There's many different ways to approach the idea of resting at Disney. So why don't we just kind of jump into it and give you guys some ideas on if you're going to Disney World, what are some ways, places, things to do to allow you to rest? Because I've had the case with my family where by the time you're done with Disney, it's like I need a vacation from my vacation.
It's not really a vacation for my family because we literally go until we're broke. It's crazy.
I feel like you say that, but our families are so different. Like,
it really is.
We go to we're dead. I mean, we wake up, we go to the park for 3 hours, then we go back to the hotel. We sleep for about like 3 hours, and then we go swimming for half an hour and go back and take an hour nap after that, and then we go back to the parks.
See here, Ghost Host. But those 3 hours, they're super condensed, and I do almost all or more than what you would do in a full day. I'm just like,
I don't know, no. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm so efficient with my time, it's crazy.
I don't know.
And that's why I need the naps. That's why I need to take a dip so I can cool down.
I don't know,
because I'm just too hot, too crazy.
So why don't we jump at it and get on going here?
Yep.
So when you think of resting at Disney, where do you go? What are some things or places that you go to do that?
Sure. So this actually is one of a newer feature or attraction.
Okay.
It's at Epcot in Future World. Since my family and I are part of DBC or Disney Vacation Club, there is this place called the DBC Member Lounge. It is in Future World. It's sort of by the the dancing waterfall section, sort of like by the land, you know, like where you have that greenhouse pyramid where Captain EO and the Journey into Imagination is. So you go sort of toward that area, and it's like this exclusive lounge. It's super dope. You go up.
You have to, just pro tip, you have to be a DVC member, and guideline rules now, in case you guys don't know, you actually have to have the DVC card.
Yep.
And specifically, you can't buy resale and get that access. You have to have bought from Disney to get that.
Right.
Just as a warning to anybody who's like gonna try to find it, you need to have bought Disney Vacation Club directly from Disney to get that perk.
Yep, exactly. But anyway, when you're up there, it was a nice break for my family. We love going there, just because they have a free assortment of Coke products. Because I was super bummed when Club Cool was taken away, you know, during the Future World renovations that's happening in 2020. R.I.P. But anyway,
that was like one of the fun things to go do.
I know.
Like when the first time we go to walk into Epcot on any trip,
we go straight there.
Yeah, we have to go there. Like that is a necessity before you get to the lands.
Yeah, gotta get that Chinese watermelon Coke. That's my favorite.
Dude, the Italian one is, I do not like that one.
What is that? Is that Beverly or is that the Germany one? I don't know, but a lot of people, there's a stereotype floating around about Beverly that it's not the bee's knees, as it were. But anyway, yeah, that was our go-to thing to start off the park. We loved it. I did hear word that I think they're putting it in a different area, maybe, but
hopefully.
But currently there is a similar place in the DVC Member Lounge where you can go get as much Coke products as you want, and it's very spacious. They got some nice seating, and of course it's just full of natural light, which is awesome. It's got a pin board too, so you can pin.
Dude, they gotta pump that with a bunch of AC then, because it's like a giant pyramid of glass.
Yeah, like inside you just see like vents that they didn't even bother to
cover.
It's like, you know what? It'll just heat up even more. So we're just gonna put the vents in, blast it like crazy.
Yep.
It's so relaxing, and there's really no time limit. There isn't. I mean, there is a capacity, but whenever we were there, it was never reached. So we love going to that specific part in Epcot just to chill, just to relax, or just to formulate a game plan of what we want to do at Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how about you, Chris?
So
what's one
of the? So we're talking about places or things to do.
Free reign, man. Go wild.
So
let's do places first.
Okay,
since I did a place.
Okay, so one of the places that I go to, relax, is man, this is gonna be a tough one because I like, I don't know, man, because and that's where I think my family is very much like go. So our relaxation is very much on the way to get somewhere.
Okay, but, like you meditate, you mean?
Kind of.
It'd be crazy if you do.
But
meditating at Disney, that takes a lot of mind power.
So one of the places that we go to, it's generally like a place we sit down, we get a snack, we get some water, is Gaston's Tavern. We always seem to stop there because it's in a great spot, like between areas.
It's sort of secluded too.
Yeah.
So it's not too busy.
And so it's one of those things where you have.
And for those of you who don't know, Gaston Tavern is a new Fantasyland in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World.
Yeah. I would say it's like on the very border of New Fantasyland, so it's like right when you walk in.
True.
So that's why I said it's like in there between two areas. But what I like about it is here's Gaston's Tavern, and right across, thank you, is this like gift shop, and then there's like the little fountain thing. But what I like about it is it's literally like you're at Gaston's Tavern. You walk 10 feet, you're into the gift shop. They have a water fountain there, and what I like about that is they have some seating outside. So if people want to sit and relax, they can get some food, they can hydrate, because Disney has free water cooler stands
just
throughout
make sure
the park.
You ask, yeah, and you get free water.
Yes, they have to serve you water. That cannot be denied to you.
Yep.
Because that's a safety hazard.
Yep. Otherwise, it's Dasani for $5. Ooh, and I'm not a fan of Dasani. Do you have like a favorite water brand?
Ice
I mean,
Mountain.
outside of your V&A's water menu. Ice Mountain, you said?
Ice Mountain.
Ice Mountain's great. I love Evian too.
Evian is great. I always like okay, tangent. Tangent. One time I was taking a test and I needed to get some water in college.
Okay.
And I was in like the hub, essentially, not the hub, the
Like the university center.
Yeah, university center. And I just got a water bottle, and it was a smart water bottle.
Sure.
Smart water. And
water.
And I was like, man, I don't feel like I studied well enough. I drank some of this water, and I passed the test with like an A. And I was like, does this work?
Oh.
And because there's little fish
You're right,
inside,
I love that.
so I'm just like,
it's swimming towards me.
So I really like that because like when last time we were there, you know, some families got some, you know, stuff from Gaston's Tavern. There was a little kiosk to get a quick service somebody got from there, and so we all kind of sat down, got things. We shared some things because we're on the Disney dining plan, and so we did that. You know, my girl at the time, there was only one daughter at the time.
My girl. Yeah, good song, Temptations.
Yep.
Motown.
But, so like my one daughter was playing, kind of like standing by the fountain and all this stuff, and my nephew was as well. But like we're all sitting outside, having some water, whatever. People would go inside, grab some more snacks. Some of us would be like, okay, you know, we've sat for a little bit, but the group hasn't really left anywhere yet. Some of us are just gonna go inside the gift shop, take a look around, and so that's really nice. I like that area because it's not just like, here's a restaurant now, you have to walk, you know, across the park to get to the nearest like little shopping thing. It's not a huge building, but there's a lot. It's that idea of like food, water, somewhere to sit. There is some small area to sit inside of Gaston's Tavern, and literally 10 feet next to it is a gift shop. So it's all that within, like, I don't even know how big of a space it is. It's not that huge of a space, which is nice because it has all that just in that little nook. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the places that we like to go to.
Okay, very nice. Another one of mine that isn't universally shared with other members of my family is any Art of Disney gallery. So okay. I go in there just to, you know, relax, have some good times, take my mind off of like the hecticness of the day, just look at some art, get inspired. Okay. Doesn't really go over with any of my other family members. Like my mom, every so often is interested in doing it with me, but you know, I get a ton of eye rolls with my brothers. Like, oh my gosh, Greg is sticking, you know, in here. He's, you know, sort of slowing us down. But for me, I just love going into those. Again, art is one of my passions, so I love just being able to take a stroll around, seeing all different kinds of artists, and it really just recharged me. And then, you know, I'm able to leave sort of excited and, you know, to meet up with my family wherever they are at that time. But I got to be really careful because I can spend like hours in there just getting lost. Yeah, so it's a ton of fun. So, and I think there's one in Disney Springs. There's one. I mean, it's literally at least one in every park. Yeah. But I think they just move it around every so often. I know on Main Street in Magic Kingdom, there's Art of Disney. With Hollywood Studios, it used to be sort of like in the Animation Academy area, but now it's Star Wars Launch Bay. Yeah. I think they moved it closer to Pizzeria, I think. And then in Epcot, there was an Art of Disney sort of by the Pin Carousel and Spaceship Earth, but that one's temporarily shut down as they're renovating Future World. So they're dotted all over the map in Walt Disney World, and I have to go in there at least once a trip. I know. Yep. It's my kryptonite, what can I say? But it does relax me.
Another place for me to go, or at least my family, is, maybe it might be more me. But no, I think sometimes it's my family. But we tend to really like, at least for me and my wife, we really like World Showcase. So sometimes it's nice when you're at World Showcase, you just sit down at one of the places that you like. Like, so Mexico, it's nice to go to Mexico and go inside the Aztecian, right? Is that word? Aztecian? The Aztec pyramid?
Yeah.
The Aztec pyramid.
The pyramid of the Aztecs.
Yep.
There we go.
That one. So you go inside there. There's no seating in like the main area technically.
No, it's more of like a bazaar, like a merchant place, you know? Is that
no,
what you're
because when
talking
you
about,
first
or-
get in,
Oh,
it's
like
like it's like a museum
sure.
almost.
You're right. I'm thinking about like
Yeah,
the
when
part
you
where
actually
go
walk
down
through and it gets into like the town
ramp.
square.
Yeah, the town square.
But I'm talking about more like the like museum-esque thing when they have some like artifacts and
sure,
things
like
from
the
there.
ante-room. Gotcha.
Yeah. So like there's no seats, but like you just take a seat there, or you just kind of just stand there for a little bit and just it's nice to relax there. I would not recommend going into the town square to relax because it is always wall-to-wall people.
Pretty jam-packed.
Yeah. But I mean that's the feel they wanted to go for. But I mean whether you go to Japan, China, you go to Germany, Canada, like anywhere you go, it's nice because they always have seatings in certain areas, and you just get some food from one of those areas, take a seat, and then you can just watch. In a weird way, like
Yes.
people watch.
Well, honestly, I'm a fan of people watching. Yes. I mean, I'm not one of those who just stares at you and burns a hole into your eyes, but it's cool. It helps pass the time. One of my favorite places actually in World Showcase is in the American Pavilion. That nice fountain that they have. Mm-hmm. I was just sitting down by the fountain, hearing the water. If I'm lucky, I'll see a duck or two, mm-hmm. and just people watch.
Yep.
A lot of cross traffic going on in that area.
Yeah, so I really like just kind of picking somewhere in Epcot. Like every single pavilion has an area for you to sit and relax. Yeah. And what's nice is every single area has drinks and food, whether it's a restaurant or it's a quick service. Some of them have both. Germany has both. Norway has both. Japan, China, pretty much every single Morocco. Pretty much every single land has both, and so it's just nice. It's like, hey, you want to take a rest. I'm not, obviously this is everybody's thing with budgets and whatever the case is, but if you have the time, quick sit down. If you're in Germany, order yourself a beer or a pretzel, or if you're in China, order yourself some food and just sit down and relax, take in. And because what's nice is when you sit down and you relax. We were sitting in the French pavilion, and I was sitting down kind of off center of the fountain thing down the middle.
Okay.
And it's just nice because you sit down and you can actually take in some of the architecture and some of the things they've actually done to try to make it look really well. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's something really nice too. And if you actually go to England, this is generally where you get pictures with Mary Poppins, is the little garden in the back area.
Yes.
There's actual there's no seating really there, but you can just go back there,
of benches,
and relax. Saying there's tons of places in Epcot, specifically in World Showcase, to relax, sit down, take in some of the cool architecture and what they've done there. Because I feel like too many people go in for the shopping, quick, in and out. They actually have done a lot of stuff with all the pavilions.
Yes, yeah. And another nice aspect about how Epcot was built and the surrounding resorts is that you have a ferry system.
Yep.
For transportation, and I find that very relaxing.
We'll get there.
Okay. You want to jump the gun, but yes, I'm a huge fan of the ferry system.
Okay, calm down. We said places first.
Okay.
This guy thinks he knows things.
I know. Sorry.
So that would be one that we were saying. So Greg, since you've already steered the boat this way.
Oh, I like that. It's almost a perfect segue.
So let's kind of talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Modes of transportation.
Okay. Ferries. I love them.
What are we missing? Let me think here. It says mode of transportation.
Mode of transportation? Where's that from?
Monkey, over here. Monkey.
Oh gosh, I feel so.
I'm sucking
so
at the
lost.
voice. Robin Williams when he's trying to get
Aladdin
to become a prince.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's missing something. What am I thinking? Mode of transportation.
Mode of transportation. Yes. So ferries, magic carpets, if you will, buses.
There are no magic carpets.
No. Unfortunately, how dope would that be?
I will. So
that'd be awesome.
I do agree with you. I think one of the best ones that we like to do is the one from like Grand Floridian, Poly, or
Oh.
any of those, and take them across
The lagoon.
the lagoon.
Okay.
And so like you're floating up and you get to see the Magic Castle the whole time. And it's
Yeah.
like, I like that one a lot. I really
Yes.
do like boats. I mean, I grew up around boats and stuff like that, so I love being out on the water.
Yes, I agree.
Don't jump in the water in Florida.
Yes.
Don't. You can get in
Please.
huge trouble.
Please. Yes, it's not safe.
Besides things that'll like get into your eyes and like mess you up, animals. Just don't. When it says don't go in the water, don't go in the water.
Don't go in the water. Exactly. But yeah, a really nice, relaxing ride is at the lighthouse where they pick you up at the beach and yacht club.
So
and
he's
take you
talking
to
about the boardwalk.
the boardwalk,
Where
yeah,
all
that
those-
area. So there's this big lighthouse that's connected to the yacht and beach club resorts. That the ferries come at specific intervals and they take you to Hollywood Studios or Epcot. And the ferries there, they're a part of the Friendship family. I think it's Friendship 1 through 5. There might be even more. Not sure.
No, I'm pretty sure it's only 4.
4 maybe?
5.
Yeah. Don't
So-
want to have too much churning up the water. But when I was younger, I would.
Churning up the water.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would love to hop on a ferry and just make a nice, relaxing way to Hollywood Studios. Now, we sort of just take the initiative and we walk there. It's not that far of a walk, honestly. It's like maybe a 15-20 minute walk from Beach Club to Hollywood. And it sort of, just gets your legs warmed up, nice and ready to roll.
I'm already tired thinking about the idea of walking there.
It's not that bad. And
It's
plus,
really not that
you
bad. It's
don't-
really not.
Yeah, and so you're not dependent on any mode of transportation.
I'm excited for when they're done with all the renovations, because last time we were there, you had to go all the way around,
Huge
essentially.
detour.
It
yes.
was like almost like a 2-mile walk just to get around when it could have been like
Right.
a 10-minute walk. Because
Right.
then you had to go all the way around. You have to go around all these different resorts. It was just a pain. You had to literally go around the boardwalk, walk around the entire Swan and Dolphin,
Oh gosh.
and still go around the entire parking structures of the theme parks.
Yes. Like, how does this even help?
No. No.
Yeah. Who was the Joker who did that pathway?
Oh my goodness, dear goodness. But so I definitely agree with you on that one. One of the ones that I know people don't like it, but it just is what it is. And so taking time to just sit and relax is the bus systems. Like if you're going from one park to another, just sit and just relax. You're in
If
the
you
air-
can sit.
if you can sit,
if
but
you can get a sitting
but if you're
spot.
and honestly, we've never really had a problem with that. But with the
Lucky.
eventually there's some ways you would have to take buses between them unless you're renting a car. But even then, like I was saying, so let's say if you're doing the monorail system, that's great. Those rides aren't really that long, so you're not really getting a huge amount of rest time. So if you're on the bus and going between place and place, just sit and just take in that like 5-10 minute drive. So there's that. Another mode of transportation that's I did once. I really enjoyed it. This will be coming on a video down the road that I'm going to be working on.
Oh boy.
Is me and my wife did a minivan.
I was gonna ask you that later on. Okay, cool.
So we did the minivan. This was before they had the weird new math system behind it. Before, it was a straight $25 to take us anywhere.
Oh, okay, a flat fee.
Yeah, as opposed to now where it's like
By the mile or the
by the
minute?
mile or however long, like whatever it is. So it only was like $25, and it was through Lyft because Disney partnered with Lyft.
It's a good partnership.
So I was like, okay, so let's give it a shot. We had to get, because we were at our resort at Beach Club, and I was like, and we have to get to Grand Floridian, and I don't want to take buses, and especially when she was in a nice dress, I was in a suit. I was like, nah, we'll just spend $25. We'll get a minivan to take us there, and it was really nice. I mean, granted, these had just come out like that year when we took it, so it was like brand new SUV, great, clean. The lady that was there was like very engaging because I would ask questions. I'm, you know me, I like engaging people.
He's an inquisitive fellow.
Well, yeah, and so there's that, but it's like I like engaging because it's
Sure.
like, hey, this is a new system. What do you think about it? How did you get into this position? Because did they do background checks on your driving record? Like, what kind of knowledge you have to have of the parks?
Right.
Like, because essentially, like, if you're a minivan driver, you're like a chauffeur. So if somebody asks you a question, you need to know how to answer.
Yep.
Right? It's
Off
not
the top of your head, too.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a bus system where most people don't talk. But like if you're in a minivan, you might get asked those questions.
You're right. It's a totally different ballgame.
So it was very interesting, very nice, very enjoyable. If you have the money to do it, and if it was something, and this was purely just to get from our hotel to Grand Floridian so we could go to Victoria and Albert's. After that, we literally took the monorail system to Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
In her dress, my suit.
Ooh.
To meet up with my family because my in-laws. Yeah, well, my in-laws and my so my in-laws, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, and all my other siblings, not my siblings, my wife's siblings and their significant others, was essentially watching my daughter at the time. So we didn't want to like go back, get changed, make them watch. It's like as soon as we're done, we'll come and meet you guys. It's fine.
How was the heat that day? Was it okay in a
suit?
Well,
but you got to remember it was nighttime.
Oh.
By the time we left,
well,
it was somewhat hot.
Good. But it's still bearable. You know,
but if you know how suits pants are, they're actually pretty thin.
They are.
And like dress shirts are pretty thin.
Yeah.
So I just rolled up my sleeve and it wasn't too bad because we weren't there that much longer. I think we were there for like an hour and a half longer. So after a while, the dress shoes kind of started hurting. But my wife was wearing like flat dress shoes, so they were very comfortable for her.
Didn't want her to wear heels.
Yeah.
Even at Disney for a V&A restaurant experience.
Yeah. Well, and because my wife is taller than me normally, so wearing
she's got that.
High heels is just like, oh, hello, I love you.
How's it going up there?
So yeah, I would say try the minivan system out. It's really, really cool.
Very nice. Now, I don't know if you've experienced this yet, but I'm a huge fan of them. The Disney Skyliner.
That's I've never experienced it, so I can't judge.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of them.
You know what? I was in the same group as you.
Okay.
Until I tried it. And they're awesome. They are not only relaxing, they have some natural ventilation to where you can stay cool. It does not get hot in them. Granted, they just came into operation when I went for the first time. So not a whole lot of people were using them or maybe knew about it.
Because they had troubles. I think there was one breakdown was people were stuck in there for like 2 hours.
You know what? Little hiccups in the road. It happens with everything. But I think, got stalled for 15 minutes one time. So, I mean, for me, my track record's pretty good.
How many people were in what are they just called?
Pods.
Pods, boxes?
Yeah, pods. So in ours, I want to say like 90 to 95% of the time, it was just me and my family. So I think that's why I enjoyed it.
Is that?
So it's probably 5 or 6 at the time.
And how big of a space is it though?
It's not that bad. I think the capacity is probably 9 or 10 people, so like 5 on each bench.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking because
I could be wrong, but that's just how I'm visualizing it.
I'm just trying to think about it because I'm just like 5 grown adults in a small space, and the way that it seems, and I haven't seen it, and I don't know the actual engineering of it, but there's no AC there, so it's all like you said, natural ventilation.
Nice.
But if you're not moving,
if you're stopping, that could be an issue. But then, again, just with the way that they created the pods, even the slightest breeze like comes in, so it's more than welcome. It doesn't stop. I mean, so for me, I haven't had any troubles yet, knock on wood, but I really enjoyed it. It was a smooth ride. They just like picked you right up, and they would be giving you some trivia facts along the way, you know, like to pass the time. Yeah. And you could see Disney World in a different point of view, obviously, because you're up in the air in some new areas. Granted, you can see more like behind the scenes of like the back of the France Pavilion at World Showcase, or you can see like the back of the boardwalk, and just different areas, because there's a transition center to where you would have to get off and either make your way to the value resorts of Art of Animation and Pop Century, or you can go straight to Hollywood Studios from that center. So I think if you were to go from like Epcot to Hollywood Studios, it would probably take you 15 to 20 minutes. So that amount of time, I think, is the perfect just way to find some bit of relaxing time in between your parks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Haven't gone on it, so I can't make a judgment call on that yet.
But I have a feeling that if you go on it, not only will you like it, but your daughters will love it. I think it's a really cool experience. I mean, come on, you're in the air. How awesome's that?
That's the scary part.
You're in the air.
So, let's kind of transition a little bit, and then we'll kind of wrap this discussion up. We can always go back to this and have more discussions,
That's
more
me making a
finely
bow.
tuned.
We're wrapping it up with a bow. Like the bow, making it plumpy. Okay, anyway, yes.
So
where are we going next, Chris?
So what I say is, let's also talk about things that you're already doing, or potentially go out of your way to do these things, because you're going to do rides. So relax while you're on these rides, or if you want some time to relax, say, hey, why don't we go do this ride? Because you can get some relaxation time while doing it.
I have a good one.
So
I have a good one.
I got a good one too.
I'm pretty sure you know what mine is.
I'm pretty sure you know which one mine is.
Okay.
Or we probably are thinking of the same thing.
We might. So, do you want to do a countdown and we say it at the same time, or should I just go first and then you follow up after me?
Sure. Go ahead. You go first.
Okay. So, Tomorrowland's People Mover.
No, I was not going to say that one.
Okay. Well, good thing we didn't say it in tandem because it would just be a bunch of gobbledygook. So, the People Mover, I think, is some ride that I always enjoy going on when I want to just take a break from the parks, from people. It's a nice, relaxing ride. It's very soothing. You're in dark spaces, so you can, just get out of that hot Floridian sun.
You do go through it though sometimes again.
True. Yes. It's out and about, but you also go in. So that is, I think, one that my family always gravitates towards if we're getting a little tired or we're getting ready to wrap up our day at Magic Kingdom. We're like,
Okay.
You know what? Let's finish off with the People Mover. Nice little relaxing bit before we make our huge mile-long hike back to our car in the parking lot of Magic Kingdom, which is not even connected to Magic Kingdom. We have to go through literally every hoop known to man just to get to our car, which is so tiring. It's even more tiring than being in the parks for hours and hours, in my opinion, because by that time, you're so ready to leave, and you're like, the car is so far away, though. Is it worth going there, or should I just take a bus and forget about the car and say, you know what, whatever.
We'll come back for it tomorrow.
Maybe.
Okay. I kind of did think about the People Mover. I also didn't like the idea because it's like there are times you're gonna be out in the heat for that.
Okay.
Oh man, see, like this is tough because I'm also thinking of like, okay, well, here's another way we could go about doing this too.
So many possibilities.
Okay, so we'll make this real quick. We'll talk rides and then we'll quick go to other things for relaxation. Okay, real quick. So let's just fire off some and just give very few brief reasons why. I would say Pirates of the Caribbean. Generally the queue is very fast, but it's a longer ride and it's just sitting in a boat and you're relaxing in the air conditioning. I think Pirates of the Caribbean is just a great option if you want to have some time to relax.
Okay.
Another one kind of along that boat vein would be, oh my gosh, Living with the Land in Epcot as well.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Now, at times though, I'm going to say because there are times because it is, you're essentially in a greenhouse in certain times. It can get a little bit humid. But both of those are still longer rides. They're meant to just sit down, relax. I could say the same thing for my favorite ride, which is Haunted Mansion.
I knew that was coming up.
So just those rides where you're meant to sit down and just take in and look at things.
Yeah, it's like the Grand Fiesta ride in the Aztecian temple.
Yep. I will not say it's a small world.
I know. I was tempted. I'm like, you know what? Now is not the time nor the place.
I mean, oh yeah, did I tell you? Should I show you guys my shirt?
Oh, that's looking sweet.
Yeah.
Hitchhiking Ghost. Wait, that's the Pop Funko versions?
Yes.
Nice. Nice. They're everywhere now, Pop Funkos.
So I would say some of those rides, the ones that have like sit down times and relax times sitting on there. Do you have any other rides you might want to mention? I was going to mention some other things real quick.
I mean, I know I'm breaking the rules here, but I gotta bring respect and I gotta honor Ellen's Energy Adventure.
Okay, so that's jumping into something else I was gonna do.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
Look at this. I'm reading minds, and I'm already going into the next section.
So the next section I would say that you might want to do is those sit-down watching attractions. Mm-hmm. So I would say things like Fantasmic.
Great movie ride when it was around.
Well, great movie ride. I think that would be more kind of along like the boat, kind of like going around like Haunted Mansion. Like there's things that's taking, but like as opposed to like sit down, watch a show. So you have Indiana Jones, you have Ellen's, and you have Ellen's, formerly that one. You also have like what is that? The Muppets 3D. You have.
Would you even bring in the Finding Nemo musical at Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, like any of those things, like
because that was a lot of fun.
The one in Animal Kingdom with it's the Lion King one.
Yeah, the Festival of the Lion King.
Festival of the Lion King, like those ones where you sit down and you're just watching a show.
Yeah.
Some of those shows are like 20 minutes long, so take them in, sit down, and relax. So those are things that I would recommend as well. Rides and attractions. Like you're going there, if you want to have an attraction, go to an attraction. Or if you weren't planning on doing that attraction, well, go do it, and you have time to relax and you experience something new.
Yeah, this is a nice, different point of view because when people think, resting at Disney, they don't automatically go to, let's go on a ride to rest. Yeah. When you can. There are a lot of rides that you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the time before you have to get off.
Definitely.
Yep.
So,
good point.
All right, you guys, we're going to wrap everything up here today, as Greg did it with that bow.
Oh, here's yours. Come on.
Oh, thank you. So, quick thing here is that I'm working on finishing up the next video for the Disney cooking tutorial that Sam is doing. She is making Dole Whip.
Dole Whips.
Dole Whip. So that is going to be coming out soon. And then that is pretty much it for the announcements. There's really nothing else to announce at this point. But
we just thank you for tuning in every week. It's a joy to be able to spread our love of Disney to you and for you to share your love to us. Let us know some of your favorite spots in the parks to rest, where to go, even some rides. We would love to hear you. So don't forget to follow us on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Am I missing anything?
There's probably something.
There's probably some here or there, but yeah, make sure and to follow us and give us a 5-star review on the podcast listener of your choice.
Exactly. All right, you guys, it was a pleasure. You guys have a great one.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.